Welcome to Customer Bloom's Growing Business Faster podcast, where we talk about all things related to growing and scaling your business in today's hyper-connected world.
Hi everyone, Chase Buckner here from Customer Bloom with another video case study. Every week at Customer Bloom, we do an all hands on deck on Thursdays to review our profit engine results. Profit engines are what we call our funnel marketing campaigns. And every Thursday we go through all of them, all the way across the client deck to make sure the numbers look good. And the campaign that we're going to talk about today is Botox for a specific client, one of our med spa clients in Summit, New Jersey. And the Botox numbers have just gotten to the point where they're so good, I said, okay, I need to film a case study on this because we need to put this out there and show people what's going on. So I've got James King on, our head of social media, and I want to walk through basically everything that we're doing to show you guys how we're producing the success. And when I talk success, I'm saying, we're seeing numbers of $3 per Botox lead, $7 for a straight lead. And so when James, when we came across these numbers, I was like, James, is this right? I'm seeing like $7 leads, $3 leads. And that's the average. So James, why don't you tell us a little bit about how we're making this happen?
Sure. So, it all starts with an engaged owner. Let's start there.
That's very true.
Someone that's ready to play the game, all in. Without that, really none of this happens. So Dr. Sony at Ethos Spa is definitely engaged. This man knows social. He understands the power of it, especially in his space. Social media makes complete sense. So we sat down about 2 months ago. He said he wanted to amp up his efforts. He gave me three major objectives: get engagement up, get the leads up, and just overall, and actually one request to get more Hispanic customers. So he gave me clear objectives to go after. All right. His engagement really was in the Instagram world. So we've been doing that. We have Instagram organic growth. Now, all of this contributes to these lower price leads. There's so much engagement. There's so much action. There's so much traffic coming to his social platforms, to his site, that it all has a residual effect of what's going on.
Now, that's completely true, and that's important to acknowledge. But as kind of, that's so hard to comprehend, we are going to get really specific here. And just to give you an idea before you jump in, we provide to our clients a mobile reporting dashboard that cuts straight to the chase of the most important metrics. So I just want to show you real quick. I mean, this is what Dr. Sony can see on his phone at any time. So when we're talking Botox campaigns, we can see here in the past 30 days, 161 Botox leads and 45 actual bookings. And then here are the prices per lead per booking down here. And we'll come back to this, but that's what the client's seeing. So we were doing really well before, and then Dr. Sony sort of said, hey, I'm ready to go all in and ramp this up. And so, James, go ahead.
Yes. So, I mean, you've heard this. We're 10 years now in social media, and that phrase "content is king" gets thrown around and bounced around. The right content is king, right? Because good content's subjective. What you think is good, I don't think is good. What's right for that client? Mm-hmm. His team was producing good content. There just was no direction to it. They would shoot services like Botox, do it fast forward, do a boomerang, but they would just kind of post it up willy-nilly, no strategy behind it. So basically, I sat down with him. I created a content strategy, overall content strategy. And, he has four major services, right? Facial injectables, fat reduction. And I basically turned each week into like a theme week. Speaking about Botox, facial injectables, we mostly focus on Botox for that week. Throw in a lot of, in this space, it's really all about what you see. So they see people getting Botox, and it just, put it this way, he was our client before. We were putting up photos and, some stock photo stuff, and it just wasn't doing it. It didn't pop until you see somebody's face up on the screen like this and getting the job done. So that right there was the top. That's what started driving it in, is getting us content strategy that focus on highlighting the services. Once we have that in place, which is not easy to do, it's hard. A lot of people just can't produce it, right? Got them in order. Now I created ad campaigns around this content, right? So they're posting stuff up on the page, but I'm also grabbing that content, pulling it into the ads. And I'll give you an example. I'll show you right now if we can switch over to the screen. Right here is the Botox ad. This is targeted to a new audience, not retarget. So we have a geographic region, demographics he's provided us. And if you play this right here like this, another thing on Facebook, very hard to get a lot of these videos up sometime because of the needle in the face thing, and it's just community guidelines. But for some reason, this one, they let it go.
A lot of finessing.
A lot of finessing and wording. And also, if you're having a problem with it, the thumbnail for your video makes the difference. So if it's a thumbnail where you're not showing somebody getting poked, you're probably going to get by. And that's what we did here.
Great tip.
You see, there's the thumbnail. Yeah, very good tip. So that's my thumbnail. You see right there? Nothing. It's just a face. I believe their system looks for the thumbnail. So if the thumbnail looks clean, you're good to go. Just a little side bit. But here is the ad. This is one that's driving most of it. We were running, ads like this also. But these were running before. This one has fallen off considerably by a number of 3 to 1, if you look here.
Wow. So that's a real testament. And you said it is hard to produce the content, but it's not that hard. I mean, you basically outlined a plan and showed them how to do it with smartphones, right? We're not talking like a huge production.
No, not at all. Exactly. But in their particular case, it's it's like a catch-22. We sent them so much business that their team has no time to produce the content anymore. So I had to make it real easy for them to say, listen, I need exactly this on exactly this day. You don't have to think, just do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And listen, that didn't happen overnight. I created a plan. I, put it into action. I got the feedback from the team. I see that they're overworked. And then I spent a day there and I saw what was going on. I'm like, this is not going to happen. These people are literally on a Tuesday. I sat in their lobby shooting some video and watching them for about 3 hours. On a Tuesday afternoon, random, at a holiday or nothing, I watched like 40 people walk through that door and get services done. Absolutely insane.
They're jamming. They're jamming.
They are totally jamming. So, this is the Botox. This is a kind of campaign where we target, like I said, the client lets me know, listen, I want this geographic region. I'm looking for obviously women, some men, but mostly women are claiming this. And then we let it go.
Show us where it goes. So we drive the ad traffic to a landing page that our team designs custom and builds custom. We don't use like ClickFunnels or anything like that.
No.
So go ahead and show us. Here, let me switch to your screen.
Sure. So this,
and we'll take a quick look at the page.
So here's the landing page, simple. And that's the thing especially with social landing pages. Remember, people do not go to social to shop. That's not their first intent when they get to social. So if they do decide to engage with an ad, make sure it's easy to understand, simple to submit. That's what this is. 20 units of Botox for only $200. Straight ahead. There's nothing more you can say.
And this goes back to the point where Dr. Sony's on board, right? We're not driving people to a page that just says, hey, we do Botox, contact us. There's an offer there. The call to action's right in front of your face. You have an incentive to claim it.
Yes, absolutely. And if you're familiar with this service, you'll know that this is truly an incentive. If you're a new person, a newbie, maybe not, but most of the people I would say have gotten Botox at least once. These are not all newbies. They're comfortable with it. But and it's basically simple. Fill out the form at top. And this is key with the landing page. A lot of people put this at the bottom, and that's always wrong. Because, as for all the new ways of doing things in social, that above the fold thing still plays in digital. You know what I'm saying? You always say in newspaper, I want to get above the fold.
Yep.
But same thing in digital. You want to you don't want to do 2 scrolls. You want no scrolling. You know what I'm saying? You want to pop right in their face.
And
email, phone.
I'll add to that another tip is that we like to replicate it. So if you scroll down, you'll probably see the call to action again towards the bottom of the page. There it is. And this is something that, going back to not using ClickFunnels or stuff like that, when we looked at those, we were shocked. A lot of them will only let you put one form on a page. We believe you should never be more than like a scroll away from a call to action. So that's why we do it at the top. We reiterate it towards the bottom. So no matter where you're on the page, you're never too far from being able to claim a promotion.
Yeah, and listen, when you're on digital now, it's a scattered experience, right? You're looking at something, your friend calls you, you turn around, you think about the game tonight, and then you get back to it, and you're like, where the hell was I?
Yeah.
When you lay it out like this, if you're at the top or the bottom, that's right, I'm claiming a deal. There you go, boom. Exactly right. I agree. The way we do it is much better than those click funnels that only limit you to one sign up form, and a lot of times you have to put it where they want it.
So let's talk about so we talked about ads that are driving to this page, and a certain percentage of people will claim them. And we're seeing on average right now, the cost to get those people to fill out that form straight from an ad is between $7 and $8, which is amazing. But we're also seeing cheaper numbers at $3, and that is through retargeting. So, James, put that page up. So, what retargeting means is the
What
larger,
page,
the landing page. So we run ads in Facebook and Instagram, and it drives people to this page, and a good amount of people are claiming this promotion, but a bigger amount of people are not. And here is the power of retargeting. So retargeting means we know the people that hit this page that didn't fill out the form. So now we're going to show them something different than next time they're in Facebook. So James, tell us a little bit about, the difference between our regular campaign and a retargeting campaign and why the numbers are better.
Sure. So with the retargeting, and in this particular case with Ethos, like I said, this owner is guns blazing. He loves marketing like nobody's business. So it's, he's an anomaly. But basically, if your site gets good traffic, through Google or whatever other stuff you're doing, fantastic. We put a Facebook pixel on there. However they get to your site via Facebook ad or not a Facebook ad, however they find their way to your site, we're able to tag them. So we know that they visited X page, we know, and then we'll come at them again with the retarget ad down the line. So now what we're doing here, because this particular client is marketing fiend, we have been running a web traffic campaign. All right. So we are basically pushing people through the digital door, right? Or showing them the digital door. We're not pushing them. They're entering voluntarily, but we're showing them the digital door to the website to the tune of, in the last, 52 days since we launched, over 6,000 landing page views. So Facebook, if you don't know, you can set up campaigns to optimize for any particular type of thing. They optimize for landing page views. So, in the funnel, there's link clicks, right? But right below link clicks are landing pages. That's a little bit further down the funnel. So we optimize for that. So 6,000 people touched, into his site, right? And then we come at them with these retarget ads. Now, these people that we hit that came, obviously these people came from Facebook. So they saw one of our ads already, right? They went to the site. For some reason, a bunch of them didn't take an action, forgot, got busy, they didn't want to. But what we do is we end around and we come here. So this particular ad right here, okay, and the reason this one has, if you look here, right, these retarget ads, this one's getting 8. I basically used the same video that I used on the non-retargeting, right? And this tells you something. The one that's getting the most conversions by 9 to 1 is a video of the doctor explaining and showing, I'll show you right here. Well, fast forward. But again, the doctor is featured in this one. And for some reason, I believe that brings a little bit of legitimacy to what they're doing. Somebody in a white coat and glasses. So somebody went to the site, looked at it, didn't take an action, came back to Facebook at some point and got redelivered. Remember, people are sticking needles in your face and your arms and everywhere else. There's a trust factor here.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that's another reason why I like using stock photos and stuff like that. It looks like you're hiding. Right. It looks like you're hiding. Why are you hiding? If I'm going to come in there, I'm going to pay $200 to $1,000 for a service. Show me somebody. This retarget. So they saw an ad that ad drove them into the website. They looked at the website, nothing there yet. They came back to Facebook again, and now they get delivered. Smart looking woman with the white coat on. Okay, I'm ready. Let me submit. Yeah. It's worth it now.
We've touched them 2, 3, 4 times. And then they come back. And that's, we've seen numbers, there are numbers all over the place that stress the importance of retargeting. But the most impressive one I've seen is that people who are retargeted to are up to 70% more likely to convert. So think about all the money you're leaving on the table if you're just running ads to a landing page and that's it.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why I wanted to sort of explain this a little more in depth is when you run an ad on Facebook, you're telling it, okay, I want women in this area who are interested in cosmetics or whatever it is. So Facebook goes and sorts through their databases and they say, okay, here's a group of people we think meet that criteria. But you're also competing with everyone else trying to get to that same group.
Yes.
Retargeting, you're saving Facebook so much work because they know exactly the people you want to advertise to because they've already been to your site, they've been pixeled. So that brings the cost down dramatically. And that's why
Dramatically.
we're seeing, $7 for a direct ad, which is incredible, but less than half of that on the retarget because we've done so much of the work for Facebook. We're literally telling them the exact people we want to show ads to.
Yeah, we're building an audience as we go along. So as they
Mhm.
come in, I have a website retarget audience, and in his particular case, it's in the tens of thousands at this point. But like you said, it's tens of thousands Facebook doesn't have to look for. They know.
Yeah.
They have their profile ID numbers, just send it out that way.
Yeah.
Depending on your budget, that's how far of a reach you'll get.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, it's every time we've run retarget campaigns, the prices for the conversions drop considerably.
Yeah.
Like you
So
said. Yeah.
so let's take it to the next step. And this is I think this really sets us apart from a lot of agencies. A lot of agencies will stop there. They'll focus on the leads. They're saying, hey, we're driving leads to you for $7, $3, whatever. But in reality, a lead is just somebody's name, email, phone number. It's not an actual appointment, right? And
No.
so we don't stop there. We know that what the doctor cares about is actual appointments. So while $7 for a lead is really impressive, how much did it actually cost to get people signing up for a day and a time? And the number we're seeing right now is $28 over the past 30 days, which is fantastic. Obviously, if you sell Botox, you know the value of what you're getting and the margins you make. So for someone, if when we're saying, hey, give us $30 and we'll book you a Botox appointment, I don't think any practitioner is going to turn that down. Well, James's camera just went on super fritz, so but that's
So,
okay.
what happened there?
I
Hold
don't
on.
know.
Can you
You
hear
went
me?
on neon on me. Yeah, we can hear you.
There we go. I don't know why, but I'm here.
It's all right.
The camera's going.
I'm gonna jump to my screen anyway because I want to show people how we do that, how we take leads and turn them into bookings. And this comes into the power of automation. So I'm just going to show you really quickly what happens when someone hits a landing page and they claim a promotion. This kicks off. So they get an email back that's saying, thanks for claiming. Go ahead and click here to book your appointment. And we incentivize them. Again, going back to Dr. Sony being guns a-blazing. He's willing to give an additional 5% off to anyone who's willing to book in the next X amount of time. So they get an email back and they say, thanks for claiming that promotion. If you book an appointment in the next 20 minutes, we'll actually give you an additional 5% off. Then our system waits for a day and it checks, did someone actually book? Now this is again something that is sort of the next level, right? So we use online scheduling software and we communicate through tags through an API so that someone actually makes an appointment. It lets our system know, hey, this person booked. So we stop all automation. But if they haven't booked, the system's going to send them another reminder. This reminder, as you can see here, has a before and after photo in it, and it says, hey, don't forget to schedule your appointment. It's going to wait another day. It's going to check, did they book or not? And if they haven't, it's going to send a third reminder saying, hey, don't forget your promotion is going to expire soon. Go ahead and click the link to pick your day and time. If after 3 they still haven't booked, we move them into a nurture chain. And this is something that a lot of people are not doing, and it's so powerful. So for whatever reason, they claimed a promotion, but they never booked it after 3 or 4 days. So clearly they need more incentive. They need something to push them over the ledge. So here we have a chain of emails that go out every day, and obviously every other day, and we can set this to be whatever we want. But I just want to scroll through them real quickly to give you an idea of what's happening here. So here's a really well-produced video by Botox themselves that's available to any med spa to use. So we literally have these lined up, ready to go. If we were to work with you, we can load this right up. We have this whole thing pre-built. So this one's called The Making of a Classic. And that's a really nice video overview of Botox. So then again, it's going to check, did they book? If they do, this whole thing shuts down. So we're not bothering people who have already made appointments. We're just nurturing people who are still on the fence. So here's an informational email that goes out next with the top questions, the top FAQs about Botox. So this might answer any lingering questions, people who claimed a promotion, but they're still scared, or maybe they want to know more about, is it safe or whatever. This email will address those questions. And then it'll wait again. So we can see here at this step, we have 4 actual people in this stage. Tomorrow it's going to check to see if they booked. If they haven't, they're going to get this next one, testimonial video. Here's Sabrina. Hear her story. Hear her experience with Botox. And again, this is from Botox. This is available for your med spa to use. And we have this content ready to go for you. So then again, it's going to wait. Here's another one. Here's a doctor talking about the experience in her med spa. Here's another testimonial. Here's CBS talking about Botox. So there's all these ways that you can nurture people to get them over the hump. At some point in this chain, a large majority of these people say, you know what, I am ready, let's do this. Because you've nurtured them from every angle, you've given them facts, you've given them testimonials, and it goes back to what James was saying about how you got to get in front of these people more than once. It's a small percentage of people that are going to see an ad and actually claim a promotion and then book an appointment right away. There's so much more to it. You got to get back in front of them. And I think, okay, there you are, James. So all of that leads to actual bookings. So while it's impressive, we probably got you to watch this by the, you saw the headline $3 Botox leads, and that's true. But the true number is, $28 Botox appointments. And they go hand in hand. You got to have leads to get appointments. But you got to nurture them along the way. So thanks, James. Thanks for joining us. I think this was awesome. I hope people learned a lot, and I hope people have a better understanding of what it takes to get people claiming leads and booking appointments at these numbers. But it's certainly possible.
Find good clients.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. You gotta make the commitment. It is a mindset to be ready to do this, and you have to be ready for what's going to happen. I mean, to be honest, Dr. Sony, I think is asking us to turn it down a little bit because they're sort of hitting their capacity. He's going to open a second location soon, so we're ready to go gangbusters on that once those doors are open. But if you're a med spa and you're doing Botox and you're not happy with your numbers, or if you're thinking about adding Botox to your practice, definitely let us know. We have this down to a science, and if you're ready to open the floodgates, we can help you do that. So thanks a lot. This has been another video case study from Customer Bloom. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
We've reached the end of this episode of Customer Bloom's Growing Business Faster podcast. So be sure to subscribe to the show and stay connected to us on customerbloom.com. We appreciate you joining us and look forward to providing you with realistic ways to help support and accelerate your business here on the Growing Business Faster podcast, brought to you by Customer Bloom.